For years, governments around the world have been looking to reform the international corporate tax system, saying many large, highly profitable multinational firms were not paying a fair share from their profits. 131 nations recently agreed to what will be the biggest international tax reform in a generation, setting a minimum corporate tax rate for multinational companies, which means no matter where a company is based, it must pay at least a certain amount in corporate tax. When the G7 met in the UK last month, they favored a rate of 15%. The group says the tax reform aims to stop competition between countries over who can offer companies the lowest rate, what critics call a race to the bottom.
We must put an end to the race to the bottom in terms of taxation, which has been a total dead end for years in terms of international taxation, and it must amount to at least 15%. And France will fight to ensure that the rate of this minimum tax is more than 15%. I repeat, we must be ambitious so that it is fair and effective.
However, not all economies welcome such reform. One prominent reason is that some countries, such as the Republic of Ireland and Hungary, have benefited greatly from offering low corporate tax rates. The reform would make them less competitive in attracting companies to their lands. Hungary, whose current rate is 9%, said the proposed 15% rate was far too high and would weigh on its economy. Dublin also says 15% is too high. Ireland's official rate is 12.5%, and the country allows companies to incorporate or set up there while remaining tax residents elsewhere. Many global companies therefore choose to base themselves in Ireland to avoid paying taxes to other countries where they make profits. Without Hungary and Ireland, the EU, of which both are members, cannot come to any real agreement. The tax reform would impact the multinationals who are used to shifting profits into low-tax havens and winning back enormous lost revenues. If the reform comes into practice, the world's largest company's profit margin could decrease by 10% or more. Corporations such as Google, Amazon, Facebook, and Apple are among those being targeted. 高一鸣 CGTN